Sound all right, Daryl? Thank you. Coach, whenever you're ready, opening statement.
Thought we guys did a great job tonight. Played well. All three phases are really good. I'm really glad we got the special teams course. We only had one punt. We put that inside the 10, but our kickoff coverage was really good. We sprayed one kickoff that was a little bit different, but the punt return game finally, we gave them a chance to get the game going and set up some scores, which was very good. Kickoff return didn't have much chance. Had the one in that situation. But did a really good job in the special teams. I thought defensively we were really good. 1 of 16. They were on third down. We were very physical up front, leveraged the ball very well, played the ball, had one play pop out, but also got a blocked field goal, which was really good in that regard. Offensively, thought we had good balance. Had two critical drops in the first half. I thought that cost us points that we could have gotten points in right there that would have been really critical. One before the half, and then the slant route down on the goal line. But again, we got the field goal kicker. Seth had another outstanding game kicking the ball, did a great job in his regard. Kellen, I thought, played a really good game, pulled the ball, read the ball pretty much. Had the one play in the second half, he didn't see the guy over the top on the deep ball. And as far as that, other than that, I don't think there was too many bad decisions in that regard. I thought the young quarterbacks come in. Zach made a couple nice throws, had a couple drops, but he missed a read or two. But I thought he really come in and the more time you get in, James come in and did a really nice job leading us, pulling the ball, reading you. So had good command of the things that we asked him to do in that regard. Again, very happy with Six in the return game. I thought he did a great job, and Ananias really started emerging himself. I thought in the passing game, I thought did a nice job, and giving us another weapon that which we is going forward that I thought played very well. So Oz had a 100-yard day. Kendrick had a good solid game, though they had critical drops, but we'll get that fixed. Buckley was very solid again, played a good game, and overall it was a very solid game, and we better be because we got conference coming next week, and Auburn's one heck of a team, so we need to get better. Question?
Gabe, and then Travis, and then Brent.
Jimbo, how would you assess Isaiah Spiller's night tonight?
Again, come in, that's another 100-yard game. Played well. We'll look at the film before I judge everything, but each and every time he goes out there, he's getting better. And like you say, he's never perfect because there's a lot to learn. But a guy, you can't complain about a guy that's had 200-yard games. Now, I mean, the competition level will step up very highly in this game, but I thought he ran well in the Clemson game last week too, when the opportunities he had. So it'd be a big week for him. And Jacob Caboti also did a nice job. Cordarian also got his first touchdown in the game, so that was big too.
Travis.
With how things went last week and bridging over into next week, how much of this game was as much of a dress rehearsal for some guys to open things back up and see shift around the depth chart?
Well, I think anyway, not really shift. You got to play well. You got to go back to play well. You got to go back, get in the game. Lights are on. Scoreboard matters. You got to go play well in the game. Have a good week of practice and put that behind you. You can't ever make up for something in the past, and you can't worry about something in the past. All you can control is the next day you prepare, and we got to get better because we got a heck of a group coming and be ready to play.
Third row on the right, Brent.
Two things. What went into Caboti playing the first quarter, and also Ananias Smith? He was it seemed like a late addition to the class, and obviously made quite an impression early.
Sometimes he wasn't. We wanted him the whole time. It was his choice to be a late addition to the class. Okay, it wasn't my choice. So I'm glad he made that decision for sure. And I think the guy's a very talented guy. In the return game, can catch in the slot, can get the ball over. And we were inches away. If we got a ball down another one, he might have had another big touchdown in the game. Runs routes. He's a really good player. And Caboti did a nice job. And this was Spiller. And a couple of those guys just a few seconds late for something. So we decided we'd make an adjustment. But nothing bad. I mean, just it's typical young things.
To the left, Zach.
Jimbo, having Davion Renfro back into the ball game tonight, and obviously the performance that he had, how nice is it to have him back in the
really
ball?
Good. I mean, getting his body back in there and playing, and as I say, he has great size and length, and he's a really good player. So it was great to have him back out there.
Second row to the right, Christy, and then Olin.
You talk about Spiller learning things every week. How much have you seen him grow just in the short time?
A lot now. There's a lot put on him and expectations and what he's doing. So and he's having to fill some big shoes from us in the past and what we lost and things are going. But he's a very smart, talented young man, and he's doing a really good job. Very mature for his age.
To the left, Olin.
Jimbo, was there anything you wanted to see tonight that you didn't?
I wish he didn't have a turnover. You never want those. But, for the most part, I saw what we need to see. Threw the ball couple drops of which we could have got cleaned up. We got to still be a little cleaner on offense. But I think I ain't never been in an offensive game I didn't think should be cleaner. So just got to keep playing that. I think the defense did a really nice job playing the ball. Didn't give up big plays. We created some on offense, and I thought the return game was really got me excited that we did see getting the punt return game helped set up some points.
Front right, Gabe.
Well, how pleased are you right now with the development on the back end defensively?
Much better. And I think, it's overall in what we're doing, how we're doing it. The guys have learned the scheme. They're learning to play better. They've physically gotten better. And I think we've got more depth, which has helped us. And I think the competition level, it's made guys play better because you got to play well to keep playing. But very pleased.
Right side, Rich.
With Spiller and Cabote, did you like what you saw when they weren't carrying the ball?
For the most part, I got to be careful there until I watch the film to make sure, because sometimes what you see and what you don't see, you're catching flashes of and getting things. So I'll wait and reserve that comment for Monday. How's that?
To the left, Alex.
Hey, Coach. Were you pleased with some of the downfield passes Kellen started to make again tonight?
Yeah, and he did. He got some you gave him a couple pressures on some things we had, and he scrambled out and hit some backside guys and kept things alive, which was very good, which I was very happy about. And he did a nice job in that regard. He really did.
Time for a couple more.
He was accurate down the field again.
To the left, Zach.
Jimbo, what was your overall takeaway from the offensive line tonight and their performance?
A couple pressures, but a couple, from what I understand, we had some slide protections that weren't them, that the back or tight end. I got to look at why it happened. And we had a couple, one guy slipped one time, got beat, and I think right before the half, we had a pressure on the right side that was, I wish we wouldn't have had a chance. But I'll look at, again, it's hard to make that true opinion until we get in there and see it.
Right side, Brent.
You might have said this, but is there an update on Courtney Davis?
Yeah, Courtney, all right. He had something, and it was just tweaked and turned and just bothered him too much to take a chance on it this week. So he should be full go and ready to go.
Very back behind the lights, Coach Darrell.
Coach, with this one behind you, you feel like your guys are excited about starting SEC play in Auburn next week?
I don't know if they are, but they better be, because there's a lot of really good ones coming.
Anything else? All right, Coach. Thank
you.
you. We'll get the players in here. Who's got questions? Gabe, over here on your right.
Jamon, how good was it to have one of those feel-good nights as a tune-up before Auburn and start of SEC play?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good feeling of getting back on Cal Field and playing in front of our fans, executing plays. I feel like we could have had a little better execution on offense. We had 2 turnovers. I had a drop ball for a touchdown. So just got to clean that up this next week.
Right in front, we're at Travis.
Offensively, do you feel like that was a good enough dress rehearsal for Auburn and starting SEC play next week, or what do you still see that needs to be worked on?
In terms of what we did good, it was definitely good, but a lot of good actually. But the small mistakes on self-inflicted wounds, we can't have those in the SEC because great teams in our conference capitalize off of those plays. So those are the small things that separate great teams from good teams. So we got to just get on that.
Back over here to Gabe.
Jamal, you go 4 for 109 and a touchdown. Did have the one drop there, but how good are you feeling right now individually?
I'm honestly mad because I dropped the ball. I just try to do everything I can on each play. You know, Coach Fisher calls the plays and Kellen threw it. I just did my job on each play, and I ended up with that. But I just want to make sure I don't have any more drops this season.
Right here on our right to Mike.
Anais kind of had a breakout game today.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you celebrating with him after the touchdown. How excited for you for him that was able to have kind of his coming out party tonight?
Man, so excited. I grew up with him, actually. I played flag football, Little League my whole life. I knew him. So to watch somebody grow up and recruit them here and to watch them do that, he works hard. You know, as one of the freshmen, he works very hard to be at that level of competing in the SEC. So I'm really happy for him, and he really deserves it.
Go to the left side to Alex.
Hey, Jamon, you feel like you guys started to get rolling in that downfield passing game tonight and started catching some more contested passes?
Yeah, we're driving the ball a lot, and scoring the red zone is our biggest thing. So we drive the ball and then score in the red zone. I feel like we moved the ball well. We had the drive that I stopped by dropping the ball, but in terms of better than last week, we definitely played better. We just got to clean these small mistakes up and just get ready for next week conference.
We're going to go all the way back to Daryl.
Jamon, can you talk about how this probably was a pretty good confidence builder for Kellen after he kind of beat himself up last week?
Yeah. Kellen had a tough week mentally. But I think that, like you said, it was a great confidence builder and just reminded him that it's just football at the end of the day. When it all boils down, like Coach says, it's just football, and it's just going out there and executing your plays. It's nothing, no special plays, no special techniques are going to be needed. It's just doing your job on each play, and I feel like when Kellen does that, he's at his best.
Go left side with Mark.
Jamon, after last weekend, what did you guys talk about in the wide receiver room when you came back in to start practice again?
I mean, to be honest, we just talked about how much money we lost. You know, we not real money, but like we used that as a term, like just, I mean, our number was called and we didn't make those plays down the field, so we took that as an offense. You know, we took that very personal, and like the coach was challenging us, so we took offense to that, which we should. You know, obviously we want more for ourselves, but you know, those are expectations we put on ourselves for the way we played last year. So we don't really like look back at it and and run from it. We're going to run towards it and work harder in practice and get ready for the next game.
We'll finish up with Brent right here in the middle.
So exactly, how did you go about recruiting Anais to A&M? What are a couple of examples there?
I just told him, I mean, you're playing in the SEC West, you know, the best of the best. Just like, what kind of games do you want to play in? You know, what kind of competition level do you want to play in? I know everybody wants to go to the NFL. You know, what way do you want to go out and be prepared for the next level? And this is no better way to go out. You know, all the top players play in this SEC, so, and you know, next week he'll see what he came here for in this conference games.
All right, very good.
Appreciate y'all.
It. We're bringing up Keldrick Carper. Who's got questions? We'll go with Gabe.
Keldrick, I think 12 of Lamar's 14 drives were under 20 yards. Can you just take us through getting off the field a lot of 3-and-outs tonight?
Absolutely. We just focus up this week on just getting off the field, executing the call. You know, this is a different offense, so we really locked into what they were trying to do, and I feel like for the most part, we did a good job. We let a couple things loose a little bit towards the end, but for the most part, I feel like we were locked in. We executed the plan that Coach Elko and the staff laid out for us, and it led to the win.
Questions? All the way in the back to Daryl.
Keldrick, can you talk about the fact that, now that you've got 3 non-conference games behind you, just kind of the excitement, if it's going to ratchet up just a little bit with the fact that you're starting off SEC play and you've got a top 20 showdown with Auburn and you're the 2:30 game, it couldn't get much better to get it going.
Absolutely. This is one of the best times of the year. I've been there for the past 3 years, and there's nothing like conference play, just getting a chance to get out there and really compete against the best of the best. And these first 3 games have really they've all been different in their own way. We've learned a lot of different things to help us get to this point. And, yeah, absolutely. We're very excited as a group to just get ready to prepare for the next opponent, which is Auburn, and see what happens.
Right in front, Travis.
As a team as a whole, do you feel like y'all are ready for SEC play and ready for a top 10 battle with Auburn next week?
Absolutely. I feel like we're ready, but we're always preparing, reloading. We're always trying to get better. So we'll be ready for Auburn when Saturday comes. There's a lot that goes into game plan, just understanding personnel and what they want to do as a group, both offensively, defensively, and special teams. And that just goes through a good week of preparation so we can go out there and play to the best of our ability on Saturday.
Over here to the right to Gabe.
What do you think's been the key to the defensive backfield's emergence and growth?
Confidence is definitely one of the large keys, and also execution. Just being technically sound at the point of attack when the ball's in the air, attacking the ball when it's on the ground. I feel like those 2 aspects, being executing and just being confident as a group, we're a lot further along than we were last year at this point.
Anything else? All right. Looks like you're done. Thanks.
No problem.
We're bringing up Bobby Brown, noted running back. Who's got questions? We'll go to the right to Gabe.
Bobby, how much fun are games like this when you hold them to 3 and then you get a chance to be on offense as part of 2 touchdowns?
Jimbo playing with my emotions. I want the ball. But it's pretty fun. We're able to just go out there and just have fun as long as we execute the plan. It's amazing to see the atmosphere and how fun we have with the game and everything.
Go to the back to Daryl.
Bobby, did you guys do what you wanted to do defensively to get you ready for next week in SEC play?
I feel like we did a good job defensively this game, but one of our goals was to hold them to 0, and we didn't get that. We should have got another block punt. Another block field goal, excuse me, but it didn't happen. But I feel like defensively we played very well.
We'll go to the right to Mike. And then to Daryl.
Bobby, seemed like you blocked that field goal with your armpit. I don't know if I was on the other side, but it looked like you totally blew through the line, kind of blew that up. Is that exactly how the defense was drawn up on that play?
Yeah, Coach, he just tell us just go, really. And he tell us 3 hard steps, get our hands up. But, it was like nobody was there. So I just jumped, and it just hit me, I guess.
Any other questions for Bobby? We'll go here to the right to Mark.
Bobby, how good was it to get out there and basically hold those guys to essentially nothing after, the frustrations of last week?
I would say it was good to get out there and hold them to nothing, basically nothing. They shouldn't have got anything though. They shouldn't have got any first downs. They shouldn't have got anything. knocking them as a team or anything, but when we play and play well, no offense should be able to mess with us.
Bobby, since we have special guests, you want to introduce your guests?
Nah, don't put the camera on my mama. She ain't got her hair done. Don't do it like that. Don't do it. But that's my mama back there, but just don't put the camera on her.
Any other questions? All right, you're all done. Thanks. Buddy Johnson, who's got questions? Gabe, I assume?
Hey, buddy, you guys held Lamar to under 20 yards in 12 of their 14 drives. Can you take us through just what the defense was able to do tonight?
The defense was able to execute tonight at a high level because it all started in practice. You know, Coach Fisher always tell us to approach every week like we playing the #1 team in the country. I felt like that's what the defense did tonight, and that's what helped the defense be successful tonight.
Questions? In the back, we have Daryl, TV row.
I know they got a field goal or so, but what was it about them that you guys felt like you were able to shut down, gave you a lot of confidence, and that will roll over into next week?
You know, just playing under Coach Elko's defense is just it gives us a lot of confidence because for one, they do a good job of teaching us and helping us learn and know our assignments. But the game plan, you know, is just it's always phenomenal by Coach Elko, and it's just always set us up for greatness, and I thank him for that. And I just feel like the defense as a whole always buy in, and that's why we'd be ready to go.
We'll go to the back, to Mike, and then to Daryl.
Buddy, with Auburn on tap next week, do you guys feel like you made enough progress through the first 3 weeks to be ready to take on a challenge like that?
Yeah, we're definitely ready for a challenge like that. I feel like we're ready to show the world what we're capable of, and that'll be a big chance for us to do that. And I feel like this defense will be ready, this offense will be ready, special teams will be ready. We got to do it in all phases, and I'm positive that Coach Fisher will have us ready for it.
Stay in the back with Daryl.
What about Davion's return and what an impact he made for you guys today, and the timing of that as you get ready to start conference play next week?
Deb showed up big for us tonight. I think he had like 5 or 6 tackles, and we joked around about it. And I think he did a good job of communicating and, you know, knowing his assignments. One thing about him is when he was out, he stayed locked in. You know, he didn't lose focus, and that's what helped him be successful tonight. I think that he took it very serious, and he played with a great passion tonight.
Any other questions? All right, we're all done. Thanks, buddy.